Did you know there is actually plants in the game right now that are better than the candy blossom, or at least very close to what the candy blossom actually is? As many of you already probably know, candy blossom is the best plant in the game for various reasons. Reason number one being the sprinkler method on this works so freaking well. Like guys, for reference, just a 70 kilo candy blossom with all of these mutations on it sells for a whopping $240 billion, not million, no, billion with a B. That is insane, and no other plant comes close to that, but there is a few that actually do come close to that, so we're going to be talking about those in today's video. Before we start though, if you guys could leave a like and subscribe, that'd be greatly appreciated. We're trying to get to 300,000 subscribers, so help a brother out, guys. And of course, I make videos like this every single day, so if you guys enjoyed them, subscribe. Let's get straight into this. So the first flower of this entire video is actually going to be a brand new flower that we got in this new update. So this is going to be the brand new parasol flower. Yes, this is only a 10% chance to actually get this flower, making it one of the easiest items to obtain that comes very close to beating the candy blossom. The only disadvantage of the parasol flower is that if you guys plant it, it is only a one-time harvest, meaning once you harvest it, it is going to be gone forever. So as you guys can see, I have a parasol flower right here, and if we go ahead and pick up this parasol flower, let's see, there you go. Yeah, it's gone forever. But guys, check this out. A regular parasol flower weighing only 8 kgs. Let's see how much this thing actually sells for, and it is going to sell for a whopping $1.1 million. Keep in mind, all this has is the pollinated mutation, which is kind of crazy. The minimum sell price of a parasol flower is actually higher than that of candy blossom, but of course, it doesn't get as big as the candy blossom does, but this is a solid alternative to candy blossom because it is so freaking easy to get, and it is one of the easiest items you can get in this entire list that I've made for you guys. Just for reference, guys, if we go ahead and choose a parasol flower inside of a mutation calculated, I'm going to go ahead and put all of these simple, easy to get mutations that we currently have in the game that you can easily just AFK overnight or something, such as moonlit, you know, shocked, windstruck, celestial, pollinated, and of course bloodlet. Yeah, these are some of the easier mutations to get in growing garden right now. In fact, I'll go ahead and remove twisted off of this just for you guys. But check this out, guys. A base parasol flower literally sells for over $1 billion. If we go ahead and get a bigger one, you know, something like 20 kgs, this is gonna go up to $14 million. Not as good as something like candy blossom, but still a very solid alternative. Moving on, our next plant is actually not obtainable in the game anymore, I'm pretty sure. Oh wait, no, you can still get this. What the hell? This is gonna be none other than the honeysuckle. This is another very easy plant to obtain. As you guys can see, all you just need for this is the pink lily and the purple dahlia. If you guys don't have these, by the way, then I guess you're screwed, but if you do have them, you can go ahead and actually make this. So the honeysuckle, I believe I have one in my garden over here, but guys, this is a very good plant too. This is once again gonna be a one-time harvest plant, meaning you harvest it one time, then it has to regrow, something similar to the sunflower. So yeah, you can only harvest it one time and then you have to wait for it to regrow, you know, all of that stuff. But guys, this is a very good plant because as you guys can see, the base minimum sell price of this is very close to sunflower. Oh sorry, not sunflower, but candy blossom. Actually, it is almost the same as candy blossom. It is $90,000, guys. Now the only disadvantage of this is of course the fact that it is only a one-time harvest plant, meaning you harvest it once, then it's gone, and then you have to wait once again for it to come back and, you know, put a bunch of mutations on it, etc. It just takes a very long time, and that's why it's not as good as candy blossom, even though it has the same minimum sell price. But yeah, you get the point, guys. Once again, if you guys go ahead and put all of the basic mutations over on the honeysuckle, as you guys can see, a base minimum sell price honeysuckle is going to sell for about $5.8 million. Oh sorry, not 5.8, $583 million. Sorry, my bad. But if you go ahead and increase the size of this to maybe something like 20, maybe even 30 kgs, as you guys can see, this is going to yield you guys easy 4 billion. And I've heard this thing go up to like 60, 70 kgs, by the way, guys. So yeah, it can get you a bunch of money. You just have to get a little bit lucky. In my opinion, guys, honeysuckle, not as good as the other plants I'm going to be showing you guys in today's video. So let's go ahead and move into those now. So I think you guys already know which one I am going to be talking about next, but this is going to be none other than our favorite, the best, sunflower. Yes, it's of course going to be the sunflower right over here with a base minimum sell price which is higher than the candy blossom of $144,000, which is kind of crazy. This of course you could get from the flower seed pack. It was a 0.5% chance from the flower seed pack, and once again, as I mentioned earlier, it has a higher base minimum sell price than that of the candy blossom. But once again, the only issue with this thing is the fact that it is a one-time harvest. In fact, I have it somewhere right over here in my garden. So yeah guys, check this out. If I go ahead and collect it, it's gone forever, and this is the only issue with the sunflower. This is actually a very good plant. Once again, better than the candy blossom, but you only get one at a time. time, which is its only downside. So trying to get mutations on it is more difficult. Trying to get, you know, anything on it is even more difficult than it has to be. That's why it is not as good as the Candy Blossom, but it is a very solid contender. Once again, just to prove to you guys, by the way, this thing does have a very high sell price. So as you guys can see, I have this guy right over here. Let's see how much this thing actually sells for, and it is going to sell for a whopping 14 million. Just has one mutation on it, by the way, or 2 mutations on it. So yeah, very good plant. So let's go ahead and select Sunflower, and let's see how much this sells for. So Sunflower right there, $1 billion with nothing, with no weight additions. If we go ahead and give it a bunch of good weights, such as something like, I don't know, like 40 kg, I guess is good. Yeah, you're gonna make an easy 6 billion each from one Sunflower. Look, I know you guys are disappointed by this list so far, but trust me, the next 2 items are actually quite decent. Like, these 2 items are probably the closest we have gotten to the Sunflower, or sorry, I keep saying Sunflower, to the Candy Blossom. So yeah, let's go ahead and talk about those right now. So the first item is actually unobtainable in the game, but if you guys have it, I guess good for you. This is gonna be none other than the Dragon Pepper. Yes, the Dragon Pepper. When the hell was this thing added? In the Crafters update, right? Oh wait, no, actually, this is not unobtainable anymore. You can actually get this from the crafting area right over here. So you can actually go ahead and craft the Crafters seed pack right here. So as you guys can see, you can actually still obtain the Dragon Pepper in the game. So yeah, it's crazy that you can actually obtain all these seeds still in the game. So you guys can actually go ahead and get it. It's a 0.5% chance to get from the Crafters seed pack, which is honestly a very difficult seed pack to craft, as you guys can see. But guys, the Dragon Pepper has a base minimum sell price of 80,000, which might not sound like a lot, but guys, this thing, once you use the sprinkler method on it, becomes absolutely freaking massive. Another cool thing about this is, as you guys can see, you actually get multiple Dragon Peppers on one plant. So you can get 4, sometimes 5, sometimes 6 even. So for that reason, guys, this is a very good contender to the Candy Blossom, because once again, you get a bunch of plants instead of one, which once again, let me just remind you guys, is just gonna make things easier to get mutations. You can grow a bunch of plants at once, which is always better than trying to grow one plant at once, you know what I mean? So for that reason, it is much higher than all of the other plants I mentioned in this video. Once again, let's go ahead and stick it into our calculator and see how much this thing actually gives us. So this is the Dragon Pepper. Let's see how much this is gonna yield us just for its base price. As you guys can see, each Dragon Pepper is gonna give you guys 500 million each without any size bonuses, guys, just these basic mutations which you can get by just AFKing overnight, guys. It's as simple as that. But if we go ahead and increase the size to something like maybe 30 kgs, as you guys can see, this is gonna make the prize $15 billion. And it gets even bigger, guys. I've seen some at 50 kgs too. So yeah, you can make some pretty insane bank out of these. So if you guys manage to get all these mutations on 5 of your Dragon Peppers, they're gonna be worth 40 million each, which 40 billion multiplied by 5 is of course gonna give you guys a good solid 200 million easy peasy by doing absolutely nothing. So yeah, this is a very strong contender to the Candy Blossom we have right now in the game. And honestly, guys, it's gonna make you guys enough money to complete the game completely, right? Unless you guys are just aiming for billions and billions of dollars for no reason. This is a strong contender to the Candy Blossom. A very good plant. Let's go ahead and move on to the final plant that we have in this video. So this is of course gonna be none other than the the elephant ears, which you can get from the brand new summer seed pack. Guys, it is so freaking easy to get the summer seed pack right now. You can literally get it out of common rewards. Like, all you have to go ahead and do is submit 300 plants right over here, and you're gonna get yourself one summer seed pack for completely free. So yeah, they are very easy to get, and you can actually go ahead and unlock the brand new elephant ears quite easily from these. Like, it's way easier than something like the sunflower when that came out, by the way, guys. So yeah, these are actually quite easy to get, and as you guys can see, they grow up to be absolutely freaking massive. And if you guys go ahead and put a bunch of mutations on them, they're gonna become even bigger, and of course you can go ahead and sell them for a lot of money. For example, let's go ahead and pull one up right now. Elephant ear. As you guys can see, I have a bunch right now in my inventory, and guys, I literally have one that is 70 kgs. Yes, 70 freaking kgs. And guys, I've seen them go up to 200 kgs. I'm not even kidding, bro. There is people with 200 kg elephant ears. I wish I could show you guys in my server right now, but there was literally some people in my server. You guys might have seen it at the start of the video, but yeah, there is people with massive elephant ears. And as you guys can see, let's see how much the thing actually sells for. This is gonna sell for a whopping 1.5 million. So yeah, not bad. Once again, let's go ahead and stick it inside of our trusty little elephant ear. No, yeah, there you go, elephant ear. And as you guys can see, a base elephant ear, one of them is gonna sell for a whopping 500 million with just these basic mutations. And if you guys go ahead and and put a bunch of weight on this, you know, using the sprinkler method, which is quite easy to do. And you get a 70 kg elephant ear, which is honestly very, very easy to do. As you guys can see, I have a bunch of them right here, and it only took me a little bit of sprinkler method. You can make an easy $7 billion each from one of these each, guys, and there's 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In fact, I have 6 of them here. What the hell, man? But if you guys manage to get lucky and get even bigger ones, you can get 15 billion ones if you guys get a 100 kg one, and if you guys get even luckier and get a 200 kg elephant ear, as you guys can see, each of them are going to be worth a whopping $60 billion. And of course, if you guys go ahead and put even more mutations on them, such as the twisted mutation, disco mutation, verdant, cooked, meteoric, just easier mutations to get like honey glaze and stuff, guys, and get a good friend boost, $200 billion, easy peasy, each from each one of them. Guys, this is the best plant, the best contender we have to Candy Blossom right now. So you guys need to use it. You guys need to get it right the frick now if you want to be making a lot of money and grow a garden. Anyways, guys, that is everything I have for you guys in this video. If you guys found this video helpful, a like and subscribe would be greatly appreciated. Of course, we're trying to get to 300k, so help a brother out. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.